The city skyline stretched endlessly before them as Adrian and Ethan sat on the rooftop of a high-rise building. Ethan leaned back, letting the cool night breeze ruffle his hair. "Man, life's good. We've got everything we ever wanted," he said, taking a deep breath. Adrian smirked. "Yeah, but the real journey hasn't even started yet." Their laughter echoed through the night, their bond seemingly unbreakable. But life was unpredictable, and neither of them knew that their friendship was about to face the ultimate test. Ethan's phone rang suddenly, shattering the peaceful moment. His mother's voice trembled on the other end. "Ethan, our business, it's gone. Everything is gone." His heart pounded as he processed the words. His family's company had collapsed overnight, leaving them in ruins. He sat motionless, his hands shaking, his breath uneven. Adrian watched the color drain from his best friend's face. "What's wrong?" he asked, concerned. Ethan swallowed hard, his voice barely above a whisper. "We've lost everything, Adrian. I have nothing left." Ethan sat alone in his dimly lit bedroom, surrounded by stacks of unpaid bills. The same friends who once celebrated with him had now disappeared. The weight of his new reality crushed him, making every breath feel heavier. Just then, a knock echoed through the silence. It was Adrian. He stepped inside, looking at his friend with unwavering determination. "Get up," Adrian said, his voice firm but gentle. Ethan looked up, his eyes filled with doubt and fear. "There's nothing left for me," he muttered. Adrian extended his hand. "Then let's start over, together." The next morning, Adrian took Ethan to his office, a small but promising startup he had been working on. "You're not useless, Ethan. You're smart. You just never took things seriously," Adrian said, placing a stack of papers in front of him. Ethan hesitated, staring at the unfamiliar business reports. "I don't know anything about this," he admitted. Adrian crossed his arms, smirking. "You didn't know how to spend money wisely either, but you still did it every day." Ethan let out a dry chuckle. "Fair point." He took a deep breath and picked up a pen. Weeks passed, and Ethan found himself struggling to keep up with the demands of the business world. Every night, he sat at his desk, frustrated by the endless numbers and unfamiliar terms. "I can't do this, Adrian. I'm not built for this," he groaned, rubbing his temples. Adrian leaned against the table and smirked. "Neither was given up," he said. Ethan stared at him, realization dawning in his eyes. Maybe, just maybe, he had been running from challenges his whole life. That night, for the first time, he stayed up late, determined to prove himself wrong. Months later, Ethan stood in front of a mirror, adjusting the collar of his crisp new suit. The reflection staring back at him was almost unrecognizable. Gone was the carefree, reckless spender. In his place stood a man with purpose, discipline, and a newfound confidence. Adrian walked in, arms crossed. "Looks like someone finally figured out what life is really about," he teased. Ethan chuckled, straightening his tie. "Guess I had a good teacher." For the first time in a long while, he felt proud, not just of his success, but of the journey that got him here. As they walked down the bustling streets, Ethan looked at Adrian, his heart filled with gratitude. "You never gave up on me, even when I was lost." "Why?" Adrian shrugged, smiling. "Because a true friend doesn't walk away when things get hard." Ethan took a deep breath, realizing that wealth could be lost, status could fade, but true friendship was the rarest treasure of all. He turned to Adrian with a smirk. "Well then, my friend, let's make sure we never lose this." And with that, they walked forward, stronger, wiser, and side by side.